of Malaysia and Maldives and reaffirms the Maldives' commitment to welcoming foreign investment, inviting global MOU with Malaysia's International Islamic University to enhance human resource development in Islamic finance. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Abdullah Ahil. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohamed Muizz's recent state visit to Malaysia has been praised by the leaders of both nations as the beginning of a new chapter in bilateral relations. The visit, which began on the 27th of April, focused on fostering closer collaboration across a range of key sectors. President Dr. Muizz, upon concluding the trip, expressed his heartfelt gratitude to Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his administration for their warm reception. Following his return, President Dr. Muizz shared reflections on social media, highlighting the substantial progress achieved during his visit. His remarks underscored the emphasis placed on advancing cooperation in areas such as education, healthcare, economic growth, digitalization, and climate resilience. A key aspect of the visit was the formalization of agreements in pivotal fields including education, healthcare, sports, foreign affairs, and diplomatic training. These agreements, the President noted, marked a significant step forward in bilateral relations. Furthering these developments, the Maldives Business Forum provided a platform to explore investment opportunities in the island nation. President Dr. Muizz commended the active participation of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim in the forum. Prime Minister Ibrahim, reflecting on the outcomes of the event, acknowledged its role in deepening ties between the two nations. In his statement on social media, he highlighted shared aspirations for cooperation in trade, investment, digital innovation, environmental sustainability, economic growth, tourism, and education. He reaffirmed Malaysia's commitment to working closely with the Maldives and other regional partners. The delegation accompanying President Dr. Muizz included senior government officials and cabinet members, underlining the strategic significance of the discussions. Government representatives have described the visit as a pivotal moment, establishing a foundation for expanded collaboration and setting a promising direction for Maldives-Malaysia relations. President Dr. Mohamed Muizz reaffirms the Maldives' commitment to welcoming foreign investment, inviting global investors to explore opportunities in the Maldives. The President made the statement during a meeting with the founder and advisor at Malaysia's Berjaya Corporation Berhad, Tan Sri Dato Seri Vincent Tan Chi UN, as part of his official visit to Malaysia. The meeting focused on exploring potential investment opportunities in the Maldives and fostering mutually beneficial collaborations. President warmly welcomed the interest shown and encouraged investment in the Maldives. During the meeting, the founder and advisor at Berjaya Corporation Berhad provided an overview of Berjaya Corporation's latest projects and expressed interest in expanding the company's investment portfolio to include the Maldives. President Dr. Muizz highlighted the tourism sector as a key area with strong potential for collaboration. Ministers present at the meeting also gave briefings on investment opportunities in the Maldives, emphasizing the ease of doing business and the support provided to foreign investors. Discussions included potential sectors for investment, highlighting the country's strong air connectivity and transport infrastructure across various regions. The ministers also outlined future plans to enhance air travel and transportation throughout the country. Accompanying the founder and advisor at Berjaya Corporation Berhad were Syed Ali Shahul Hamid, Group Chief Executive Officer, and Maurice Daniel Chen, Executive Assistant to the founder and advisor and Director of Business Development. The Maldives Zakat House signs a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU with Malaysia's International Islamic University or IIUM to enhance human resource development in Islamic finance. The agreement was formalized at a meeting held on the sidelines of a ceremony at the university on April 29th that conferred an honorary doctorate upon President Dr. Mohamed Muiz. Representing the Zakat House, Minister of Islamic Affairs and Chairman of the Maldives Zakat House, Muhammad Shahim Ali, signed the agreement, while IIUM's Rector Professor Dr. Osman Bakar signed on behalf of the university. The MOU outlines a collaborative framework for joint initiatives aimed at training and developing human capital in the field of zakat and Islamic social finance. The partnership marks a strategic step forward in the government's broader efforts to strengthen the Maldives Zakat House and reinforce the national zakat system. The Maldives commences its participation in the 49th session of the Universal Periodic Review or UPR Working Group, which opened on the 28th of April at the Palais des Nations, Geneva, Switzerland. The two-week session, which will conclude on May 9th, marks a critical juncture for the United Nations Human Rights Council as it evaluates the human rights records of 14 member states. At the heart of the process lies the Universal Periodic Review, a mechanism designed to foster accountability and progress in human rights across all UN member states. The platform not only allows nations under review to present their achievements, but also offers an opportunity for constructive dialogue through recommendations from fellow member states. The ongoing fourth cycle of reviews commenced in November 2022 and is expected to reach completion by 2027, underscoring the enduring commitment of the UPR work each year. Among the 14 states under examination during this session are Armenia, Grenada, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Guyana, Kenya, Kiribati, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Laos People's Democratic Republic, Lesotho, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. The Maldives delegation arrives with a clear mandate aligned with its national priorities, prepared to contribute meaningful recommendations for the advancement of human rights. Integral to the review process are the Troika's groups of 3 member states that assume the role of reporters for individual country reviews. Reflecting its standing within the Human Rights Council, the Maldives has been appointed to the Troika for Kyrgyzstan, a position indicative of its active involvement in global human rights discourse. Leading this delegation is Dr. Salma Rashid, the nation's permanent representative to the United Nations office at Geneva. She is also joined by Councillor Adam Hamid, Councillor Aminat Shifaya Ibrahim, Second Secretary Aishat Rayahin, and Attaché Raid Saeed. SME Development Finance Corporation (SDFC) announces that existing businesses that have been continuously in operation for more than 6 months will be eligible for its VFARI EHI loan. The VFARI EHI loan product is designed to provide financial assistance to micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, in fulfilling their short-term business requirements. SDFC said the opportunity is open for existing businesses with a minimum of 6 months in operation, down from the previous requirement of 1 year. According to SDFC, the requirement has been relaxed to offer the opportunity to as many small businesses as possible. The loan can be utilized to purchase goods and meet operational requirements. Applications can be made on the SDFC website with a maximum loan amount of $97,276 available for interested businesses. However, loans exceeding $45,395 will require collateral. The loan will be offered with an interest rate of 9.5% per annum, with a maximum grace period of 6 months and a repayment period of up to 5 years. Established in 2019, SDFC is a specialized financing institution focused on providing financial support to MSMEs in the Maldives. Owned by the government along with Male City Council, Fovomala City Council, and Addu City Council, SDFC enables MSMEs to obtain financing to support their businesses while leading to healthy competition between financial institutions. Local fishermen will be able to apply for Bank of Maldives BML financial facilities from May 1st onwards. BML had entered into a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU with the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean Resources to facilitate easy access to finance for fishermen on the 28th of April. This collaboration will enable fishermen registered on the National Fishermen's Register to access a variety of credit facilities, including personal financing, credit cards, and home loans based on their income. Under the new arrangement, eligible fishermen can access personal financing up to $19,455 without collateral or equity requirements. BML's retail banking director, Badruddin Hassan, said for the first time repayment schedules will be structured considering seasonal variations in fishing income. Applications for personal financing and Louis loans can be submitted through the bank's internet or mobile banking app, ensuring accessibility from anywhere across the Maldives. In addition to personal financing, once registered on the National Fishermen's Register, fishermen will also be able to apply for home-built financing, home purchase financing, and home construction financing. The incumbent government has initiated several initiatives to address the concerns of local fishermen. The National Fishermen's Registry was established to promote financial inclusion and empowerment of local fishermen. The Maldives solidifies its reputation as a key draw at the Arabian Travel Market, or ATM, an influential event currently underway at the Dubai World Trade Center, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Representatives from Maldivian businesses have described this year's edition as an unparalleled success, with engagement levels surpassing those of previous years. Opening on the 28th of April, the Arabian Travel Market serves as a premier platform for the global tourism sector to promote leading destinations. The Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation, or MMPRC, has consistently leveraged this prominent stage to highlight the nation's extraordinary appeal as a world-class travel destination. Thousands of visitors have been drawn to the Maldivian pavilion daily, an achievement that reflects both the meticulous preparations and the heightened interest in partnerships with Maldivian businesses. For Resort Life Travel, a prominent Maldivian tour operator, this year's event underscores the broader significance of ATM in bolstering tourism strategies. Muhammad Shahz Walid, the company's chief executive, commended the event's strong turnout and promising business prospects. The momentum has also been noted by Muhammad Firaq, chief executive of Inner Maldives, one of the country's largest travel agencies. He highlighted the collective strength of the Maldivian delegation in presenting a comprehensive view of the nation's tourism sector. This cohesive representation is evident in the breadth of the Maldivian participation, which includes 110 companies and 235 delegates. While the iconic resorts remain central to the nation's international appeal, the contributions of guest houses have steadily gained recognition. Abdullah Nasheed, president of the National Hotels and Guest House Association, highlighted the opportunities created for guest houses at the market. The success of the Maldivian Pavilion extends beyond visitor numbers. Nasheed expressed his appreciation for the comprehensive efforts of MMPRC in coordinating the nation's presence at ATM. Cultural presentations and artistic showcases have further enriched the pavilion's appeal, garnering it praise as one of the Maldives' most impactful representations at the international level. U.S. stocks closes solidly in positive territory after seesawing between modest gains and losses in choppy trading as investors assessed the latest round of corporate earnings, economic data and changes on the trade policy front. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent predicted China would lose 10 million jobs quickly due to tariffs, but signaled progress on trade deals with other countries including Japan and India. The world's two largest economies have been at the center of a global trade war, sparked by tariff announcements on April 2nd by the Trump administration on countries around the globe, which has stoked investor concerns about rapidly slowing global growth and a rekindling of price pressures.
The market today has been whipping around a little bit. It initially wanted to open lower, but after Scott Bessent's comments, it seemed to get a little bit better. So I think the market tends to react well to Bessent for some reason. I think they trust him more than maybe some other people in the administration. And then following along with, we are still in earnings season. Some companies actually did pretty good, which is great. Others cannot give commentary on guidance, which is also interesting. But so far, so good for today.
Automaker shares showed little reaction to the potentially lighter tariffs, and General Motors GMN shares ended lower after the company reported strong quarterly results, but rescinded its annual forecast. The blue-chip Dow was led by gains in Honeywell, which jumped after reporting a rise in adjusted profit for the first quarter, and paint maker Sherwin-Williams, which rallied after its quarterly profit beat estimates. Also among Dow components, Coca-Cola KON closed higher after beating revenue and profit estimates. Economic data pointed to an increase in impact from the trade picture. The U.S. trade deficit in goods widened to a record high in March as businesses ramped up efforts to bring in merchandise ahead of tariffs, while a separate report from the Conference Board showed its consumer confidence index dropped to its lowest reading since May 2020, while job openings indicated a relatively stable labor market. According to preliminary data, the S&P 500 gained 31.93 points or 0.56% to end at 5,560.68 points, while the Nasdaq Composite gained 93.33 points or 0.54% to 17,459.46. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 289.91 points or 0.72% to 40,517.50. More economic data is due this week, culminating in Friday's key government payrolls report, along with earnings from several of the Magnificent Seven group of megacap stocks, such as Apple and Microsoft, with investors likely to come home in on any signs of tariff impact. Taking a look at world news, Iran rules out that foul play caused a major explosion in Iran's most important container port of Bandar Abbas, which killed at least 70 people at the weekend. Iran's government spokesperson Fatemeh Mohajerani said the possibility of sabotage has so far been ruled out and that the blast likely happened due to human error. April 26th blast took place in Shahid Raja'i section of the port, Iran's biggest container hub. State media said that there were over 1,200 injured. An initial report by the investigative committee charged with the incident found shortcomings in adherence to principles of civil defense and security. Poor storage of chemicals in containers is suspected of having caused the explosion. A spokesperson for the Crisis Management Organization said on Saturday that earlier warnings had highlighted potential safety risks at the port. Iran's defense ministry dismissed on April 27th of international media reports suggesting the blast may be linked to the mishandling of solid fuel used for missiles. Insight into sports, six-time champion Novak Djokovic withdraws from this year's Italian Open, organizers said on April 29th, in a blow to his French Open preparations. Djokovic, who has been chasing a 100th tour-level title, will miss the Masters 1000 event in Rome for the first time since making his first appearance in 2007. The Serb former world number one was handed a shock straight sets defeat by Italian Matteo Arnaldi in the second round of the Madrid Open over the weekend. The 37-year-old hinted it may have been his final appearance at the tournament, and he will now head to Roland Garros without a single win on clay this year after his second-round exit at Monte Carlo. The 24-time Grand Slam champion has not won a title on the men's tour since his ATP Finals triumph in 2023 when he won 3 out of 4 major titles. World number 5 Djokovic owns ATP Masters 1000 records for the most wins, 414, semifinals 79, finals 60, and titles 40. The French Open begins on the 25th of May. Boston Dynamics' advanced humanoid robot Atlas is set to begin trial operations in Hyundai Motor Group's U.S. manufacturing facilities later this year, marking a significant step in integrating cutting-edge robotics into automotive production, the company announced. The all-electric Atlas, capable of performing complex tasks like sorting car parts and maneuvering heavy loads, will be deployed at Hyundai's Meta plant in Georgia to test its capabilities in real-world factory settings.
So we have plans for later this year, putting Atlas into the Hyundai facility in the United States, just as a way to, really prove out the current capabilities of the robot in the real context of the tasks that we care about solving over the next several years. So that's an important part of the development. But I also think that the development horizons for humanoids are going to be relatively long.
Atlas, unveiled in its electric form in April 2024, showcases its elite athletic abilities, including running, crawling, and cartwheeling, enabled by custom-designed motors. While Boston Dynamics envisions a future where humanoid robots like Atlas operates in homes, Quindersma cautioned that such applications remain a long horizon due to safety and more general challenges. For now, the focus remains on industrial tasks, with Hyundai leveraging Atlas to enhance efficiency in its factories. Challenges remain, including navigating supply chain issues like rare earth material restrictions, which Quindersma acknowledged could impact battery assembly for robots. China placed export restrictions on rare earth materials in early April as part of its response to U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs, squeezing supply to the West of minerals used to make weapons, electronics, and a range of consumer goods. As Atlas steps onto the factory floor, it joins a growing wave of humanoid robots in manufacturing, with competitors like Tesla's Optimus and Figure AI's Figure 02 also entering industrial trials. That's all the news we have for today. We will be back with any further updates. Until then, I'm Abdullah Hahil from PSM News.
Sadece que sales